Okay, now you guys have been waiting for the race recap, and it's been almost 2 weeks. I had a video already recorded, but I recorded it in my house and I didn't really like it that much, so I thought, what better time to do that than out on a run to record your race recap. Ooh, squirrel or deer? Well, leaving for Huntington the day before, got a late start. I forgot my GoPro battery pack, so we had to drive back to get it. Luckily, we were only about less than 5 miles away, I think. So, had to do that. Broke my watch on the interstate as we were driving. I turned my watch around on my wrist and broke the strap. So, when I got back home later in the week, I ended up crazy gluing it. I'm wearing it right now, so it's okay. I'm surprised it fixed it so good. Okay. No snafus the night before. Well, didn't know until the day of the race that there was one, but I'll get to that. Well, here comes race day. I got up early enough to get myself all dressed up. Did my flat picture the night before. Whenever I got all dressed up, I called downstairs and said, hey, at the hotel, I called and said, hey, when's the shuttle start running? Like, well, we're trying to figure that out now because the front desk didn't know that there was going to be a shuttle for this race. So that took a little bit of time to figure out, and had a little tension, frustrations there by some other runners as well as myself. So they finally figured out a shuttle for us. It took about 3 trips. They said only 10 people could fit on the bus. I'm not. They made three trips that I know of. Only 10 people could fit on the bus at a time. So Stacy and the girls, they decided to go ahead and walk. It's only a little bit over a mile. But by the time I got to the start line, I had 5 minutes before the race started. So they dropped us off at the McDonald's next to the stadium, which was behind the start area. The start line was at the front of the stadium. We were behind it. So once we got around, there's 5 minutes left, 5 to 7, something like that. They said no countdown. When you hear the cannon, that's the start of the race. So they're talking to Stacy, looking at my clock, like, okay, I gotta go. So started getting in with the start line. My watch was still broken at the time. My handle was. So I ended up putting it in my pocket, and I was wearing her watch, which is my old Garmin, on my hand, so I could at least have the time, so I can have a better idea what my pace was doing, or how it was going for me anyway. Well, when the race started, I forgot to start my watch that was in my pocket right off, so I lost a little bit of time there. But once I got started, I was doing good. The first I don't remember the first, 6 miles, yes. First 6 miles were 55 minutes. So I had my 6.1 actually was the split time, split mileage, 55 minutes. And at mile 13, which is my half mile mark, I was starting to get a little bit, right before that I started getting a little bit on the, getting tired out a little bit. So it was at that time I realized I did not have any nutrition with me. No nutrition, no gums, no goos, no crackers, no chips, no cookies, no bars, nothing. All I had for calories was the Gatorade that I had up here on my chest. So I sucked one down at mile 5, and then the other one went down a little bit after mile 10. I had everything finished up before the half-mile mark, I believe. And then once I got to the half-mile mark, I passed an aid station that had gummies. So I got some gummies from there. So I had that little bit of sugar in me. And then once I got to the half-mile mark, it was just over 2 hours, 2 hours and 1 minute. So it's whatever that would be, 121 minutes for my half there. And then doing the second loop, I called Stacy or texted her and said, hey, could you bring me some food? The Running Dawn needs food, and the only place she could meet me was at mile 15, which is along the river, just down from the hotel. So that was convenient for us to be right there. So she went down there, she met me with some chips. That's the only thing she had. So I had salt and some carbs, but I didn't have any sugar. But that's okay. Okay, now you might wonder, how did I not have any nutrition? Well, how did I not have nutrition? So, my plan was to get some stuff the night before when we stopped for dinner at Sheetz, but I forgot. I got my Gatorade, I got my water, my hydration stuff, but I forgot my, I was gonna get a Cliff Bar, granola bar, that kind of stuff, and I forgot about it. So that night, back at the hotel, I thought, well, I'll just wait and get it whenever I get down at the start, because Sheetz isn't too far away from the start line. Well, getting there 5 minutes before the race, I didn't have time to go to Sheetz, that's for sure. So, no nutrition. Stacy gave me those potato chips. They dried my mouth out. I ate some, and then had to drink. Ate some, had to drink. So I put those in my pocket. And luckily for me, at mile 18, there's an aid stop, and I was able to get a donut from the people there. I asked them if they had any snacks, and they said, we got donuts. I'm like, okay, I'll take a donut if that's okay. They say, sure. So hey, I got me a donut, and the donut was chocolate. It was nice and dry. So I take a bite of the donut, take a drink. Take a bite of donut, take a drink. I told the girl at the stop, I said, well, I'll take this one here because it looks like it has a lot of calories on it, or in it, or whatever, and that's when I need some calories. So I was okay for the next few miles, but it did slow me down. I went, every mile I was stopping and getting a drink, resting a little bit, just for like 30 seconds or so. Try to move as much as I can, but if I felt like I had to stop, then stop running, I did. But I did that up until mile 25. Stacy met me again, gave me a Nutri-Grain bar. She was waiting along the river there. She and the girls went there and were looking at the river and stuff. I told her, kept giving her an update when every mile. When I'm at 20, I'm at 21. But she was good about it. She was a little concerned. She was asking me if I'm okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. So I had to do that at the past mile, like I said, 20 to 25, and then I ran mile 26. I ran the whole thing, mile 26, up to the finish, because I wanted to finish running. And mile mile 26, when you get into the campus for the second time, the at the aid station there, they give you a flower to put in to the what they have, a memorial fountain there. So if you guys aren't familiar with Marshall University, there was a plane crash back in 1970 on November the 14th, and it killed 75 people aboard. It was most of the Marshall football team, staff members for the team, and other prominent people from the community that were also on that plane. It crashed just outside of Huntington as it was approaching the airport, and they gave us a carnation to put in there as a memorial. They said either we can put it in or they'll put it in for us, so I handed it to one of the girls that were there, so they put it in for me. But from there on, I ran in. They tossed us the ball as we got into the stadium, and I ran on the field with the ball. Thought I was recording my finish, and it wasn't until after I checked my files later on that for some reason I didn't even get that. So what you saw in the in my race video wasn't me. It was some strange person finishing, some woman that I recorded just by chance, recorded her going in just to do it, I guess. And yeah, just show you guys that you get to run on the field with the football and finish in the end zone. So that was pretty exciting. Okay, now I never told you guys yet. That it's a great day to go for a run, wherever you may be, and it was a great day to go for a marathon run on that day, November the 7th, 2021. So I got through the race start, I got through the race finish, and all that stuff in between. Then after the race, we kind of just hung around. I got some pictures on the field, got some video of the kids, got some pictures of us up at the you know, all that stuff they put out, the board with the little frames and stuff. It's always exciting to do that, and the kids want to do that, so that's exciting. I got 2 race shirts from the expo. Lady thought I didn't have a shirt in my packet. She didn't check. I didn't check either, so she gave me another shirt. So when I got to the car, I had 2. So I had 2 race shirts. It's the one I was wearing in my last video. It had Marshall on the front, but you didn't really see much of it though. But after the race, we kind of just we hung around a little bit, like I said, and then it was time to drive back home. Ethan was working at his McDonald's job, so we stopped by, got us some McDonald's food, ate it in the parking lot. He took our money for the food, and then we told him, goodbye, son. We'll see you next time. Actually, I'll see him this weekend because I gotta go get him Sunday to keep bringing him home for the Thanksgiving holiday. But let me tell you a little bit about the race. So the course, I would definitely do this race again. Stacy's already made plans. She says we're going back next year. I'll do a better job with my nutrition, and I should hopefully get a better PR. I'm satisfied with what I did get, considering what happened anyway. Another thing, the course, critique of the course. Marshall was flat. I mean, Huntington is flat, and those streets just went on and on and on, avenues after avenues and streets after streets. From what is it? From 20th Street clear to 1st Street, 20 blocks, I guess. And then up and around back to 9th Street, I think, avenues or something. Anyway, the street just went on and on. It's hard to tell where the turns were going to show up. So that was not a bad thing. It was just something that was a little bothersome out there. A really nice flat course, and once you get out there, it's easy to keep going. Not a whole lot of elevation, just enough to you know, put a wrench in your system, make you try a little bit harder at times, but then enough flat to make it up. So I don't know what the maximum or the minimum elevation is, but the gain is not very much. but I would definitely do this again. The medal was in the other video, my race video. It's got the buffalo on it. It says Marshall University Marathon, so it looks pretty cool. It's heavy, it's big, and I like the big medals. But not much more I could think about with what happened with the race. It was a success. We got home late that night, but not too late. It was probably like 6 o'clock, 7, just in time for Love Boat night. We got in bed, and I got up the next day to go to work. So there you go. I don't know what my next race is going to be. Don't have my next training plan set up. Maybe do a turkey trot next week. Maybe do a half marathon at the beginning of next year. We'll see. I'll let you know, keep you posted. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like it if you did. Leave me a comment, share if you think somebody wanted to know how my marathon went, how the Marshall University Marathon went for me, and how my higher running marathon training plan worked to get me a PR on a flat marathon course. Most of all, guys, make sure you come back again so you can see me in the next one. It's a great day to go for a run, wherever you may be.